So, hang on, where the hell did this ladder come from? Oh. Yeah, we still have to do 5. Okay, let's go back to 5. Must be overthinking it. Or underthinking it. Burn rabbit. That's 5. Maybe I'm missing like a ladder or some shit. No, that's not a ladder. There is nothing in here. I've confirmed this many times, but I will confirm again and again and again. There's nothing additional in here. We have a connector, an RGB converter. To open that up, we need 1 green, which we do not have. Or, we need a blue and a red, which we do have. But the blue is very rare. And I have I don't understand how you can get blue over here with just that many. Okay, I figured out. I was close before. There you go. You must be lucky, Craig.
Excellent work, 1K. Tell me, what did you make of New Jerusalem?
Feels like a museum.
That's what happens when all you can think about is the past. We had such ambitions in the beginning. But now it's all turned inwards. We've lost faith in ourselves, in our humanity. All we need to do now is finish that dome and we'll be trapped in our perfectly neat little tomb.
I wanted to ask you a question.
Of course, ask away.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm someone who was born a long time ago, when we couldn't afford to romanticize the past and demonize progress, when the value of human civilization was evident because it was so close to being gone. I'm someone who believes that human beings are important. Terribly, desperately important, because intelligent life is rare and precious. I suppose you could say I'm old-fashioned.
There's a lot of puzzles in our culture.
When Alexandra Drennan was trying to find a way of creating true AI, she stumbled upon the idea that curiosity and playfulness are core characteristics of intelligence. So she built the simulation around a game, because playing is part of what makes us human. We also retain some of that code, as I'm sure you noticed when you were booting up. Because of that, puzzles have always been important to our culture. To me, they represent the idea that the application of reason can lead us forward. None of which explains why these puzzles are here or who built them, but I think it shows that there must be some kind of intent behind them, perhaps a test.
You and Alcatraz seem to have an odd friendship.
Because we disagree on just about everything, you mean? Well, here's the secret. Al is honest. He believes what he believes because it seems right to him, not because it gives him power over others. I respect that. In fact, I prefer that to someone who agrees with me just because I'm one of the first companions.
What do you think about the mega structure?
It's a mystery. Not just because it's technologically far ahead of us, but because we genuinely don't understand its purpose. And I think that's wonderful. It's just what we needed as a civilization.
That's all. Where are we going now? What does it say? 1. City News. The awaited birth of the 1000th and final citizen was interrupted today by an unknown projection in the skies. The projection, which identified itself as Prometheus, goaded New Jerusalem inhabitants in indecipherable incantations. The source of the projection was tracked to a remote, mysterious island. A team led by Byron is now en route to find out more. Other members of the expedition include Alcatraz, Melville, Yakult, and 1K. Mayor Hermanubis once again called for a calm and promises New Jerusalem will be safe as long as citizens do not forget the ideals of the goal as set forth by the founder. Okay. Seems to be out. Go to 7. Oh, 7 is quite the trek.
It's strange that some of these puzzles seem disconnected from the rest. Like it's all unfinished.
Or still evolving.
It's red. Right, what's the plan? We need blue and green. Blue-green. Here we go. Didn't even need one of those. Lovely. 7 or 8.
Melville, what did you just upload?
A photo?
I mean, technically you're right, but
Is that? I can't tell what that is.
how did you even manage? You're literally taking a picture with your eyes, Melville. I don't even know how to make my eyes go out of focus.
Clearly you've never listened to one of Herman's speeches.
Some of us are busy doing actual science, not just sightseeing. Thank you.
Puzzles seem to be disconnected from the rest. They're functional. Just means they can be used to power the bridge device, which means it should be possible to reach the tower without solving every main puzzle. But they seem to be don't seem to be properly integrated. Remnants from previous iteration of the design. Okay, so that puzzle I just solved there wasn't a part of them. That wasn't 7. That was just like a random extra puzzle. Yeah, I did one of the triangles. Where's the other triangle? Ah, I found 7. Self-sufficiency. What are you trying to do? I'm trying to get up there. Green. finally, I want red to. There we go. So yeah, that level title told me everything I needed to do.
Fully charged now. Try accessing the tower, 1K.
Nope, still puzzles to do. Fuck you. Puzzle late. Entanglement. Need a green. What's this for? We need lots of green. Blue. Okay, and then we probably need this green next. Oh, yeah, of course. Red. Blue. Green. Thought that might be the case. Because I won't need it in a second. Blue, green, oops. Okay, I think I've done it. Because now it's self-sustaining. I can move this. Lovely. Oh, that's the wrong one. I'm not really talking through my process. Ah. Okay. And once it goes into the air, it should open up all the paths. And most importantly, I can now remove this. Because now that's self-sustaining. And I can just grab the green directly from there. Put it here. There we go. Pretty neat level. So once it's in the air, it can reach basically everything and it can self-actualize, but I needed one to get around the corner.
Good. Let's get some measurements from this particle cloud.
Didn't actually mean to do that, but I don't know where the other diamond is. Need to find one of the lost puzzles. I wonder if there's... an easy way to do that. So there's a question mark over there.
Interesting monument. Decorative for another puzzle.
So you can see as soon as I turn the compass on, I'm not engaging with the actual environment, I'm just chasing a direction. From the Lives of the First Companions by Randolph, Lifrasser is perhaps the most mysterious of the First Companions. A wanderer and mystic by nature, he would venture far into New Jerusalem on his own, recording his thoughts as he explored harsh and distant lands. These recordings garnered him a group of devoted followers to whom he tried to impart his wisdom. 5358. In the troubled time following the founder's disappearance, Lifrasser and his disciples set out on a journey to reach the opposite end of the world by foot. They have not been heard from since.
There is a pleasure in arriving on this island. The pleasure of being the first to step foot here in hundreds of years. It is a genuine pleasure, and yet it is also banal. My presence here is of no more significance than that of every other animal. These rocks do not care who walks here, and the millennia between the presence of our ancestors and my brief journey are nothing to them. But even putting it this way is wrong. It is not that the rocks do not care, it is that in some sense they do not exist. I may stand in awe of the cliffs on the southern coast, but the cliffs cannot look back at me with contempt. They cannot do anything at all.
Right. So I think turning these off when I go to a new place is a good idea, and I try and do everything as naturally as I can. Then I can turn them back on afterwards, when I just want to find the final things.
This is very similar to the structure where you found the schematics.
Check out the terminals. Maybe there's something that'll help us understand who built this place. They have to have left something behind.
Kilo year event from BT Odd Himbos Anthropocene Dilemmas. The Arcadian Empire fought in violence by Sargon the Great, and his sons reigned supreme over the city-states of Old Sumer, enriched by trade and with distant lands, fed by plentiful wheat fields of Mesopotamia. The empire best rode the world with confidence and pride. Who could oppose the chosen of Anu and Enlil, the monsters of the four corners of the world? Enlil's one of the bosses of Final Fantasy 13. I know Enlil's from Gilgamesh. Either way, then the weather changed. The crops stopped growing, trade collapsed, and empire fell. Its capital forgotten. Most likely culprit at the time of writing was 4.2 kilo year aridification event, the beginning of the that word I can't pronounce, a non-Anthropogene drought that may have lasted almost 2 centuries, causing many of the earliest civilizations around the planet to collapse. This is where our ordinary understanding of time, measured on a small scale of human history, collide with the reality of deep time and our existence within a much bigger picture. We live on a changing planet in a changing universe. Climatic optimums, a temporary extinction is the norm. From that big number, when the founder awoke, leaving the garden behind forever, there were 2 more whose bodies had been anointed by the progenitor. The gold disc breathed life into them. Their names were Eustathius and Cornelius. The founder showed them that she had discovered. Together they explored the dead city, saw the ruin which humankind had fallen. It was then the founder understood that the sins of the past must not be repeated, and only through humanity could the future be saved. Aside from Cornelius and Eustathius, there were 10 whose body was the progenitor, not anointed in due time. Now it was upon the founder to complete this work and begin the resurrection. In this matter, Cornelius proved great assistance. Big number. After many tribulations, the 10 were brought to life, and these 12 of the born after the founder were called the first companions. Their names were Eustathius, Cornelius, Aurora, Sun, Sarabhai, Byron, Melampus, Yemo, Hypatia, Neam, Benavoya, and this there. It's funny how you can take something that's 90% true and 10% false and create something that's 100% misleading. Number. The big number. Better calling systems necessary. Oh, was that a preview? Show me the preview of the puzzles. Whole puzzles. Cool. I like the game sort of pretends that it's going to not do new stuff as well before just doing new stuff. That was not the missing puzzle though. The people were doing fireworks earlier. I wasn't pissing it down, I would have watched for longer. Don't think I'm allowed to. Oh, I am. We have one more question mark over there.
There's another one of those monuments.
Ooh. Find my sprite and follow it until it leads you back to me. Curious. Oh, the triangle's there. Or was that the soft triangle? It's soft. Oh, John. Oh, daggnammit. We leave the confines. Must be outside here, yeah, that makes sense. Sprint rabbit. Is that the other one? Did I solve this already? Doesn't look like it. Okay, that's what we're trying to do. Oh, never mind. Ah, there's the green one. So if I can find red... Let's work our way backwards. We need blue in here, right? Blue we kind of have already, which is sort of interesting. But it couldn't possibly reach all the way over there. It'd need at least one more and something holding down that. This is essentially trapped for the time being, but we probably want it untrapped by opening the door. How do we open the door? That's the question. called elevation, so makes me feel like I'm trying to peek over a wall, but like oh yeah, you totally can peek over. Elevation. We have a red, we have a blue. We have a box. And we're trying to get blue in here. We have green. How do we get any decent elevation? We can get a tiny bit from this. It seems really obvious that I need this open. Where can I put this that would actually help me? am I missing? I can't see any interactions. That's a good point. There'd be no point. Elevation. That's my only clue. Keep doing the same thing, but I might be just being dumb. Can you shoot through that? I am being dumb. Okay. I didn't know you could shoot, because you can't shoot lasers from the blue. So red, green, blue. Now we can take this from here. Then we can do this. We can do blue, blue. And we can take this. So now we have quite a complex thing there. Red, green. I think I actually want. I want that connection. We do want that on the ground though. We want red, green, blue, like that. we can take our block. Lovely.
Odd. One case solved all the puzzles in this area, but nothing happened. There was a brief blip in the system, though. Maybe it'll do something later. There has to be some sort of point.
It's the recording of one I found, one of those published back in the day. No, not as far as I can tell. Perhaps it's something. So 1K final recording of Lithatha. What an odd recording too. I know he's one of the first companions, but I don't. Do you know much about him? Don't think he's ever seen him around. Have anyone explain? Lithatha's always had an unusual perspective, even in the very beginning. He travelled a lot, sometimes living for years. Built a kind of mobile recharging station, so he didn't need to come back to the city as often. Although it was quite risky, the solar panels had a tendency to break rather quickly. But he had no problem taking risks if he felt it was necessary. Exploration was necessary to him. Lithatha would record his thoughts, and he explored and then published them when he returned over the centuries. He accumulated a group of admirers or disciples if you prefer. In the period of crisis around Athena's disappearance, they left the city, headed into the unknown, and we haven't heard from them since. It's recording doobie-doo, not as far as I can tell. And it's, thank you for that. Was informative. Okay, there we go. Sorry, sometimes I forget you can answer. We are missing those gates. Gold puzzles, which we're probably not allowed to do yet, but I'll double check. Oh, it says it's over there, so we can just follow the signs. Hang on. It's not flashing, but I'll check anyway. I think we went there already. It was this, wasn't it? There are 2 dots on it. Okay. Let's turn the radar off. Right. I think I might leave it as soon as I enter the new area. Then we can have like a good, an excellent place to pick up from, if there's a word. I've got to decide what I'm doing for the rest of the night.
This is relevant, but St. Edwald believed that Tetrominoes represented the name of God and God's ability to reshape the world.
True, but he was also mad as a hatter.
One man's madness is another man's genius.
Doesn't seem to make much difference. It does.
I was terrible at the Tetromino arrangers.
Those were actually the only ones I was good at. What? I'm just saying.
Would we have been the 13th in the first game then?
Is that some kind of anti-gravity?
I'm not sure. Could be, I guess.
Oh, the Sphinx.
In the beginning, the gods shaped humankind out of the clay of the earth and gave them life with their own breath. But who is closer to perfection? The creator or the created?
What the hell are you talking about, lady? I don't know what perfect means in this context. Neither, because perfection is impossible.
The man who lives on the plains imagines that the gods dwell on the mountaintop. But if he followed the steep road, he would see his shadow in the clouds beneath. When Prometheus saw that humankind was more alike in nature to the gods than to the animals, he stole the secret of fire from Olympus and shared it with the mortals. Was his theft justified?
Zeus did not create fire. It was not his to own in the first place.
If Zeus did not own fire, why should humankind?
Who says they do?
Angered by the betrayal of Prometheus, Zeus punished humankind by creating Pandora. He gave her a box, and when she opened it, from inside escaped sorrow and suffering. All that remained within was hope. What does this mean?
Hope may still be found if we are willing to look for it.
Those who seek hope should ask themselves why it was imprisoned with the world's evils. Creature of clay, you stand before the fire. Will it make you whole, or will it destroy you? Consider the shadows cast by the flame, but do not mistake them for truth.
Okay then. Green laser.
Guys, look at my stream. The beam 1K activated is connecting to the pyramid.
Ooh.
That looks like a massive amount of power.
We need to talk about what just happened. Thoughts?
I'd say there are two distinct issues here. What is the being 1K spoke to, and what is the function of the beam?
Let's start with the Sphinx.
It seems similar to the apparition in New Jerusalem. Presumably the same technology.
What I'd like to know is what we're dealing with, ontologically speaking. Was this a sentient being or some kind of recording?
I'm not sure the interaction wasn't long enough.
Let's skip that issue for now. What really matters here is what it was trying to achieve by asking those questions.
They were in the first game as well. It was testing me.
Testing you to what? See if you're worthy?
That's an interesting thought. You solve the puzzles, you get access to the towers, you enable a beam, and if you do it 3 times, you get access to the megastructure.
Maybe, but why?
I don't know. It's a mystery. Don't you like mysteries, Al? Everybody likes a good mystery.
You know what I like? Certainty.
Well, doomed. Oh, now live a little.
That's the spirit. 1K, keep solving puzzles. The rest of you, as you were.
We need to activate 2 more towers. Right. I'm glad my brain picked up a bit. It was very embarrassing that I couldn't figure out the tutorial puzzles. Mainly because I just forgot how they functioned. But I think I'm going to let go of this game for the time being and boot up something else. There are like 100 games I need to actually finish. Although, as I said before, yesterday I finished, what was it? Cocoon, and the day before that I finished Resident Evil 2. And the day before that, I completed Alan Wake, so I don't think I'm doing too bad, to be honest. But, I don't know, I've spent quite a lot of money on games recently. Not sure how we actually save our game. But we'll park ourselves next to the next set of puzzles. This is neat. I don't think I need to, I don't think 3 towers is going to open the megastructure. I think 12 towers is going to open the megastructure. I don't know why, I suddenly get that feeling. Wooded plateau. Okay, so we are missing the stars. Whatever that means. And the gold puzzles. Taking a break from the consoles. I've got to get back to Xenoblade at some point as well.
All right, everybody. I'm sure you're all excited to check out the next site, but while you're there, remember that I'm still trying to fix the rest of the transport system. You know, to get that success rate up a bit. Maybe there's another one of those labs that 1K found. If there is, look for more documentation, please.
Another tower. Another bridge. Now I imagine more puzzles. Yes, there they are. Puzzle 1 is that way. What happens if I press play? Done none of the stars. That makes me nervous because I might. We'll figure that out later. Just wanted to make sure I saved. He did. Clearly did save. Right. I won't be long. I'll make a decision on what I'm going to play. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I've been the Johnstruct. I've been having Talos Principle 2 adventure. We keep making sequels to games I like. I'm going to go bankrupt soon. See you later.